Hi, it's Akriash here, going to do a video. If you hear any noise in the background, it's just my roommate. She's doing some cleaning. We are both self-isolating right now. We're both out of work because of the pandemic, so we're stuck at home. So we can stay safe. I was sick beforehand, so kind of how that goes. um, but again, for all you, stay safe, stay healthy, stay inside. To a certain friend of mine, screw you, still mad at you. But because I am currently in isolation, I decided to reread a book. So I'm going to be working on these again. I will have a little bit more time to do it. The book I did is by Tess Barnett. I've done a couple of videos for her already, so you can check those out. So you'll have to go back, look at some of her stuff. I think I have 2 videos. No, I have 3 videos for her right now. And then she's in the review video for information for her and a bunch of the other authors. But the book I did is Those Words I Dread by Tess Barnett. This, in one of the review videos, I said that they informed me that this and the series for Michelle K kind of go hand in hand, so it's book 1, 2, so on and so forth. So check out Michelle K's video as well, because I've done a review on that series as well. But this is Those Words I Dread. It's part of a series. I don't have the series title on this one. I do have the second book and the third book for the series, though. Pretty sure the 4th one is coming out. It's supposed to come out this year, or that's going to happen. I don't know because of everything going on. This is the first one. This cover is no longer available. They redid the cover. I have to buy another copy so I can get the new cover. They want both copies. I've got the original copy of the first, second, and third. I've got the new cover for the second one. But they all have new actual covers. So I have to get the second one for this one and the third one. So, yeah, for this one and the third one. Yeah. I'm rambling. I know. I'm sorry. But this one is about Faye. These 2 characters on the cover are the main characters. Well, there's I guess 4 main characters in this, because with the way the plot develops, there's 4 characters that play an actual major role in the story. This one here is Trent Yushing-Fa, and then this one is Kieran. I don't know if he has a last name. The other 2 characters are Julian and Noah. But basically, Kieran ends up, it starts out with Kieran injured, looking for a place to hide, because Julian is actually a hunter. So he's trying to hunt Kieran, who is not a monster, he's a fae. To Julian, these are one and the same. Anything that is not human is a monster. And there are lots of people that feel that way, I'm sure, but rest assured, they are not the same thing. Just because it kills doesn't mean it's bad. You eat cows, you eat chicken, it doesn't make you bad, it's just a step of survival. For Kieran, his bad, it is avoidable, but it's not at the same time. The type of fae he is, I guess you could think like an incubus. He's not an incubus. That's a demon. It's a whole different category. But he basically, women like sleep with him. he likes sleeping with anything. He doesn't care. But when, I mean, he clearly tried to avoid it because he doesn't like hurting people, but when you care about someone, you can't always avoid it. And when you, even if you're a fae that kills women when they sleep with you, fall in love with them, you don't always stop. So, I mean, it's avoidable, but not always avoidable. You can't stop your emotions. So, he really didn't have he didn't stand a chance, and Julian does not see the discrepancy. So, to him, women die, Kieran bad. Doesn't matter. Which is ironic, because the other character you meet is, his name is Noah, he's a witch, and Julian literally uses that poor boy in the worst way possible. I honestly want to punch Julian in the face. I really do. So not cool what he did. That was my bank messaging me. I don't know why. Hold on a second. Gotta check on this. Okay. Sorry. Alright, but I'm back. Okay, so yeah, Julian, kind of a douche. I don't particularly like Julian. I really don't. I honestly don't understand why the character Noah likes him so much. Noah is a witch. He's kind, he's helpful, he's polite, he's basically just a good guy. And he's hopelessly for Julian. It's just, and Julian manipulates that situation so bad. Like, so bad. It actually ends up putting Noah in the hospital at the end of the book. And everything is all screwed up. And it's all Julian's fault, because Julian is obsessive compulsive and he can't tell the difference between good or bad. He's an asshole. I don't like Julian. I really don't. Anyway, yeah, Kieran ends up injured and he takes refuge in an apartment he feels magic from, old magic. Ends up being Trent's apartment. They do not get along at all. Trent can't stand him. And Kieran's manipulative. He's a little shit. He's a little shit. But yeah, they can't stand each other. That changes actually pretty quickly, which is kind of funny, because if there is anything that is a classic secondary, it is Trent. He's classic. He is classic. He literally looks at Kieran and be like, "Oh, you're so pretty," but what would come out of his mouth is, "Why are you in my apartment, you freak?" Instead of, "You're so pretty," or he'd look at his eyes and he'd be thinking, "They're so green," and he'd be like, "How can you eat that, you disgusting little thing?" He can't, he's not good at it. He's not. Turns out he's a virgin too. So, yeah. That was kind of funny for me. This is like the second or third time I've actually read this one, so I always find that amusing. But yeah, him and Kieran, oddly enough, they can't stand each other, but that's what they like about each other. Honestly, I think if they tried to say sweet things to each other, they would think they were possessed or something. Like, honestly, when they do actually manage to get together, Kieran and Trent, their idea of sweet talk is I'll kiss you to make you shut up. Which is kind of awesome. But yeah, he gets trapped in the apartment with Trent because he's trying to heal from a wound from Julian, and Julian's douche. And Trent is protecting him, and things just kind of spiral. Julian keeps trying to break in, stuff like that. Everything he tries, it doesn't work. It doesn't. And while he's trying to get at Kieran and Trent have become accustomed to each other. They get used to each other, and it actually surprises Trent, because the book takes place over basically like a week or so it's not very long. But Trent is also extremely isolated. He doesn't ever have anyone at his house. His parents don't live with him. He doesn't interact with his family at all if he can avoid it, because he is actually gay, and his father is not okay with that. His father actually wants him to pretend and get married. He literally thinks it's an illness, which is sadly a common thing. I personally don't believe anyone should ever have to hide who they are. Be who you are regardless. I don't care. Then again, even knowing that, I know it's not always safe, so even though I'm basically like, well, if they don't like you, screw them, I'm also aware that even though I'm like that, other people are not, and you could actually get hurt, so make sure you're safe. He was not. His father browbeat him off, threatened to take away everything. He actually shows up for a brief stint in the book, and Kieran tries to help, and it backfires badly. It really does. And when it does, Trent's father basically tells him, I'm leaving, and by the time I come back again, you can either tell me you're straight and going to be with a woman, or you will no longer have funds for college, you will no longer have this apartment, you will no longer have money for anything, and we will no longer talk to you, so on and so forth. But yeah, his dad's a douche. I'm honestly not sure which one I hate more, Julian or his dad, because they're both bigoted idiots. But Trent decides he's going to go with Karen. He's going to leave because they finally admit how they feel about each other. Like I said, it happened pretty quick. The book only takes place over about a week or so, but it seemed to develop rather quickly between them because, again, Trent doesn't really interact with anyone. Kieran's the only person who's ever really been right there. And they just seem to figure out how they meshed. And Kieran seems lonely, but things kind of take a turn for the worse because Julian decides to do something stupid again, and it ends up putting Noah in the hospital. And Kieran, from what I can gather, is basically human right now, which is very weird for him because he's a fae. They are fae, they're not human, so Julian's plan really, really backfired. But Kieran and Trent decide they are going to go home to try and fix what's wrong with Kieran. They have no other options. They don't know what else to do. They don't know what's wrong. And Julian is with Noah in the hospital. And right now it's not looking too good for Noah, so I don't know. But I actually really like it. There's a lot of sass in it. There's a lot of snark. Kieran's a little shit. And it's really good to see, even though it's such a short period of time, it's really nice to see Trent come out of his shell, kind of accept himself and everything, realize, you know, he can fight back to his situation. So that's really nice. And like I said, Julian, you just kind of want to punch in the face, be a jerk, and Noah deserves so much better. He really does. But I definitely approve. I actually really like the series. Like I said, this is book one, or two others out right now. There's another that's supposed to coming out. It's supposed to come out this year, but again, I don't know if it actually will with everything going on. But yeah, definitely check it out. I will, of course, have the links below, as I always do. Another note, I did make an announcement video. Tess Barnett, she currently has a pre-order open until the 10th, as far as I know. It's still open on her new book. Check out that video. All the proceeds go to charity, so make sure to check that. It will be pinned at the top of like all my pages, so it's right there. So definitely check that out. I will be reading other stuff. These will be my quarantine reads because I can't really go anywhere, and I will be sharing them. So that was the first one. And check out the other videos. Check out my other channel. I will post links, of course. Link, share, subscribe, do whatever you gotta do. Spread the word, because these authors need some help too. Everyone needs some help right now. But I definitely suggest it. It's a good book. The first time I read it only took me a day. It took me 3 times this time because I'm still medicated and a bit wonky. So, but yeah, definitely check it out. Check out the other videos and subscribe. And I will see you all later. Stay healthy, stay safe, wash your freaking hands.